I'm sitting outside the clubhouse. It's 3:45. Probably about 15 minutes ago, the examiner left. And the poor guy, like it's just so hot today. It's 30-something degrees. And it's even hotter when you're sitting in the sun in a glider. And it was a very difficult day. We launched first. Just did a circuit because we couldn't stay up. It was some really weak lift, but yeah, it was tricky. And after I flew, no one flew for probably an hour. Like, no one was very enthusiastic. It was weak conditions, blue skies. Well, just not clouds where we are, and just quite hazy and just hot air mess from Africa. And a few pilots, like good pilots, landed as well, and a few just decided not to fly again or fly at all. And a few had electric sustainer motors, and they started them up. You could hear them. Well, at least Nina did twice. The other one, you probably can't hear it, so I'm not sure if he uses or not. But everyone was struggling. No one's getting high. And yeah, it would just have been much nicer to do a cross country, which is what you're supposed to normally do. And then you get time to demonstrate things like manoeuvres and you know, stalls, flying slope, all that kind of stuff. But I just got to practice my probably weakest thing, which is landings, because the flights are so short. One flight we sort of stayed up for a little bit, but didn't gain any altitude. We had to do more. Yeah, so we ended up doing 4 flights. And he said it was a total of 30 minutes. Which, I don't know, maybe if that's might be a slight exaggeration. But, yeah, it's done. The main thing is the papers are sorted. And he was super nice. And he said he went to Australia at the start of the pandemic because he wanted to improve his English. And every Australian that he met was really nice, and yeah, he had a really good impression of the country. And yeah, he talked about climate change, how the season's so different, and some, you know, weather pattern things, how they're changing, and yeah, a bunch of things. Yeah, like after the first flight, we let the other guys fly, but no one flew for quite a long time because it wasn't very good. And so we sat in the shade and the shelter, which is still pretty hot, but not as bad. And yeah, then we flew again, and then we basically flew 3 times in a row. And he said, if you know, if we don't get up, then that's enough. And he was happy that I showed him everything. But on the first flight, I made a couple of pretty dodgy mistakes. Like on the first flight, I didn't properly lock the air brakes away. Like, they were completely away, but you've got to push it a bit further to make them locked. So on the winch, they came out, and probably that could be an instant fail. I don't know. But he said he was really impressed at how quickly I reacted, because I chucked them straight back in, like a reflex. That actually happened to me, I don't know, a few weeks ago as well, when I was solo. Yeah, that was one bad thing, because I should have picked that up on the pre-flight checks. And the other one was, I basically told the winch people to start pulling me. And there's 2 steps. First, you get them to take up the slack in the cable, then you get them to go full power. So the first one I did before the wing was raised. So that's a really bad, like, you know, you shouldn't make that kind of mistake. Because if you get pulled with the wing down, then you're going to be turned around that wing, and you'd have to release really quickly. So that was another dodgy mistake, but he let it slide. And it's so hot, and I've still got a little bit of a cold. It's mostly over, but now it's sort of like, I'm coming back. You're not taking care of me. Yeah, my voice is a bit like this, and a bit of snot every now and then, but I'm not sneezing anymore. And then just sitting in the heat, and then the stress of the situation. Like, at the first flight, I thought it was good because you know, we at least did something. After that, I was expecting to wait a bit and then go when it got better, but it never really got better. Yeah. Anyway, it's all done.